All right, let's talk about this shit show.
What an excellent day for an August.
You'd like that?
Are you fucking nuts?
I want you to pray to your God. I want you to pray that he comes and saves you.
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?
What you are about to hear is a full-length recording of a podcast episode that took place on Wednesday, April 3rd. Four self-proclaimed horror nerds, Danny C., David, Joe T., and JC, known from their platform, What an Excellent Day for a Podcast, sat down as they normally would to record an episode where they were to review a new horror movie just released. Little did they know that at the precise time of their recording, their routine movie discussion would unleash horrific supernatural horrors that would leave the residents of this once small, quiet New Jersey town in a vice grip of fear. To this day, the cause of these events remain a mystery, and the four hosts of the popular podcast show remain missing. The search for these four individuals and for explanations surrounding this paranormal event continue. This is the unedited recording of what is now being described by local authorities as Late Night with the Devil.
What a fucking intro.
What is up? Yes.
We got a good one.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Very much fucking
Yeah, I was
spoiler
going to
alert.
say, spoiler alert.
It's been in theaters for a little while, but we figured we'd do this just in time for the Shudder release. But yeah, if you have not watched this movie and you don't want it spoiled, then come back to us after you watch.
Shut us off and come back on the 19th.
Yeah, Friday, April 19th. It's dropping on Shudder.
Because I feel like there's no real discussion of this without going into detail.
And for our listeners out there, none of us have talked about this movie.
Yes.
So we're going into this kind of fucking blind, not knowing what everyone truly thinks about this movie.
Well, you know what?
We kept it confidential just for this.
Wait,
this night in this house.
I'm hearing something. I heard somebody's name starts with a J, maybe a J-O.
Bob?
But I think
Journeyman.
I think I know. What? Okay, yeah. I'm being told somebody's opinions on this. And all I'm getting out of it is it's a name that starts with J-O.
Yeah. That's my name. Ooh, that's my name. Yes. And I do have an opinion on it.
Wait.
Look at that.
Wait,
But hold on, you can't give it yet.
Joe Beth Williams?
You can't give it yet because there's 9 fucking production companies before.
Yeah. Let's start there.
Yeah, I did count the second time.
So we're talking about Late Night.
We are talking
with the
Late
Devil.
Night with the Devil.
Absolutely.
And we have not talked about this.
No,
At
This
all.
is-
We have
At
We
all.
have went a week and a half, basically. We've seen this in the movie.
have
Some
no
of us
clue.
seen it more than once.
Yeah, you guys saw it opening weekend,
For research purposes.
and then me and Danny went last week to go see it, and
Then you saw it again.
yeah,
saw
and
it
then
again.
and then
You and Joe.
apparently Joe and myself on separate trips, but decided we might have to take it in again just to maybe either confirm or bust certain thoughts.
And I had an out of theater reaction, 9 minutes, holed up in my horror man cave, that I completely spoiled the shit out of this movie and just
If you still got it, we could put it up after the
spewed
fact.
all my thoughts. And then it was like, no, we're going to stay confidential. So I just kind of shelved that.
I released my opinion immediately from the
Yeah,
parking
you
lot.
did. That was a great short.
We could attach that 9 minutes at the end of this episode.
Good. Yeah. So who wants to start, man?
So Dave and I went on a Tuesday night. We were the first ones in, and we're like, oh, there's nobody else is going to be here. And then like 30 other people piled in to
Like,
this little ass
2 minutes before it started.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
actually
like, all right, there'll be
decent
enough.
to see it with a crowd.
Yeah.
Which was good.
I wouldn't say a crowd, but
Yeah,
it was
you know, well,
about
some-
at least
some
a
people.
third percent full, the theater.
Yeah, so Dave and I were like, shit, we should have had some cards made. This is our crew. This is our gang, right? If they're coming to watch a Shudder movie, this is our crew.
And it was great to see Shudder on the big screen
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I want to start off with a little thing. So when I got out of the theater, it took me like a minute. Like I literally got back to my car and I sat there for like a minute because I couldn't actually process what I just saw.
Yeah, I was the same way.
Same thing.
I was the same way. That's why I had to
and-
talk about it when I got home. I just needed to talk to someone about it.
As I
So I talked to myself.
as the night went on, I did go to Reddit like I always do, and then eventually listen to some podcasts. And the one thing I will say before we branch into so many different things is, and I know it's a little ways into the movie, the first time Lily stares directly into the camera,
Like the moment she sits down.
I got a feeling in me, which I was referring to in the previous episode. I give credit to that girl. It was something about the look
Oh, she had a glare.
that she
definitely
put
had a
into
glare.
that
Yeah,
camera
Yeah.
when I was like, oh, fuck.
Well, when you saw the trailer for it,
Well, thankfully, I avoided most of that. So I
Well-
was going in almost as blind as you possibly
so
could.
when they first show, they're kind of going over the whole premise of the movie in the trailer. You see the girl Lily, and my wife's reaction was, "Oh, she's batshit crazy."
I mean, she wasn't, but
We'll get into
Yeah,
that.
there was a couple of creepy scenes with her and her looks towards the camera. One even rivaling the, a little bit of, I would say maybe The Ring a little bit with the way the hair fell over and the way the eye was. I mean, there was some creepy scenes. But I'm gonna start out right at the gate, and I'm gonna say that I absolutely fucking loved the aesthetic of this movie.
It was on point.
It was on point. It was on point. I felt like I was sitting there watching a television show from the 70s. So kudos to them for really doing everything to make it look like you were transported back to that time.
The Halloween night of 1977.
I'll just start right there. The aesthetics of this movie was on point.
There's one thing, and it was a nitpick that I heard from a podcast I listened to, and it didn't necessarily bother me, but I understood where they were coming from. The whole talk show aspect is filmed like it's in the 70s.
Yeah.
The quality of the picture's not the greatest. But when they would flash to behind the scenes during the commercials,
Black and white.
it was
yeah.
like fucking 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That was,
Although some would say that I heard a lot of people say that they love that aspect ratio change up.
I don't mind it going
yeah.
black and white
Right.
to distinguish the difference. You got to keep the quality of the picture the same.
I know. I
That's
get it.
That's the only nitpick.
They also went to widescreen at the end
Oh,
when
yes.
all hell was
So it
going.
was like
breaking
three
loose.
different
So it was
frames.
It was three different
Yes.
frames. You had the box, like
Yeah.
old school type of, for when the show was
yeah, the
on.
3-4.
But again, getting back to the aesthetic, right? They captured it.
That kind of pissed me off, and I just knew that was going to be a huge deal. A lot of, I don't even want to say period pieces, but things from, 30, 40, 50 years ago, when nowadays it's a big deal when you could nail that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, that should not be difficult. And yet I feel like that, I tried to avoid as much, even listening to other reviews for this. I wanted to come into this as cold as possible. And the fact that, like I said, I could just already hear people saying, like, oh my God, the way they nailed that. Like, that shouldn't be noteworthy. That should be a no-brainer. Like, all the technology out there and
Yeah,
filmmaking and
yeah.
all. And it does look amazing. And that's why the black and white shit didn't bother me so much, because they did nail it to the point, and the fact they went with the 3:4 aspect ratio, like I was so immersed in it, it was almost like seeing that was just kind of like, all right, now we could take a breather, like almost as if there was an actual commercial break going on. And it was like, I didn't even care how any of that shit looked. It was just like, all right, it's a break from everything going on right now. Like, okay, I'm gonna relax. Like, I almost got up to get a beer in a movie theater that doesn't have beer.
It wasn't even the look too. It was the way they interacted with one another. Like case in point, Jack Delroy, right?
Yeah.
The way he got and scared the dude as the ghost behind him, right? It was the comedic effort, like
the humor of it.
That was 70s. That was 70s TV. Like if you grew up then, that's how they did it. So that's what I meant by they captured all that.
Like everything,
more than just the look of it.
And the first, like when I first even heard of the movie and saw the or at least one trailer for it, like as soon as I saw Das Malchian's face up on screen, there was always something about him. It was like, yeah, he's perfect to play a 70s talk show host. I don't know why. There's just something about his look. Like, as soon as I saw, okay, this is a late night show from the late 70s, and saw that he was starring in it, like, to me, it was like, yeah, it's a no fucking brainer.
He was fucking great in it, too.
Like, that looked like he was made like he was made for that role.
I like how the movie gives you the 5-minute backstory.
Yes. And who narrated it?
Which is funny.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I told
fucking Michael Ironside.
I told Danny in the theater.
It was Michael fucking Ironside. I was like, holy shit. If I knew it, I would have fucking talked to him about it.
When Chris Stu was experiencing some issues, and I made the joke to Danny, I said, how funny would that be if like Ironside was in the fucking audience?
Yeah.
And then it was like, after I left, I went and pulled up IMDb. I was like, motherfucker, like,
yeah, he narrated it.
He was in the movie.
He narrated it. But I agree with you, Danny.
Yeah, so Jack Delroy, they gave you the backstory of how he got in the late night talk show. He's competing against Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
That is 70s. That's 70s, basically.
Yeah, 70s and 80s. He
could never
late
quite
night.
get
He
there.
couldn't get to that ratings, but it gave you his backstory. He was always striving. He met his wife Madeline, and you eventually find out that she was diagnosed with cancer, and that episode where she was on it was the highest rating episode, and then she would die a few weeks later.
Now, why she died?
Which is,
we're gonna get into
to me, that was another little thing of the time, like the whole idea that she got lung cancer, but she never smoked. It was like, that was the thing then, like, all right, you smoke, you're getting lung cancer. If you don't smoke, you don't get lung cancer. So to me, that was like a nice little, like,
there's so many little things in this movie that are done for specific reasons to almost foreshadow what is about to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
it talks about Jack, visits the Grove, which was the tall tree, out in the. I was like, what is it, Scientology group? It's a group of elite,
fucking
rich and powerful
Bohemian
men.
Grove. I loved all the real world references they brought into this,
and it was during that whole satanic panic.
Yeah,
right?
when that started becoming huge.
Exactly. So,
and leading up to it, they get into why they're showing the whole night, everything and behind the scenes of what happened on Halloween night 1977 on the episode of Night Owls.
And you're watching the master tape.
Yeah.
So
leading up to that, I liked it. It kind of gave you a quick glimpse of background of who Jack Delroy is, and David Dastmalchian. We'll get into his performance.
I would say that's the most research I did on the movie. It was like, what's the right way of saying his fucking name?
Yeah. So and it starts out, there's a lot of comedy relief, right? There's a lot
monologue
going on. The monologue.
He's got a sidekick, Gus.
Yeah, he's got Gus. Gus is a cool character.
I was
right?
looking for Andy Richter.
Yeah. And then it's a slow burn, right? It's a slow burn up until they bring what's his name, Chris
Stu.
They bring him on, right? And then he's kind of and you're thinking,
so he's a psychic, right?
He's a psychic, and
he's fucking around, trying to guess names, right?
Always showing that fucking skeleton in the audience.
You
There's one
knew
thing also
that was going somewhere.
Yeah.
at the first commercial break. I don't know if you guys caught it. When he goes back and he starts talking to the main producer, I think it is, and they have their little conversation right before he comes back on the stage. In the mirror, it shows his dead wife.
His dead wife, yeah. There was
Very quick.
subliminal images in this movie that I didn't really catch. Now, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos and reviews and spoilers on it now, and they all said it, and I didn't catch it. I didn't see that.
I didn't the first time.
Yeah, I didn't
When
see
we
it.
saw it again, I
I'll know to look
specifically
for it
looked
when I
out
watch
for
it on
it.
Shudder again.
And yes, the skeleton, they're
Who was the skeleton? The skeleton
Well,
obviously was someone
I don't
from...
want to jump all the way to the end.
All right, let's continue then.
Because I don't know how we're going to go through.
Let's continue with Cruz. With
Well, here's one quick thing. It's called,
Christo.
to me, it's called Late Night with the Devil. The easiest thing I basically looked and I took it as was he made a deal with the devil,
Oh, absolutely.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll get into
Yeah.
This-
deal did he make?
Right. This was the night that he wanted to take the ratings from Carson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
was
he's
Sweeps
so-
Week
so
that
he's-
happened to fall on start on Halloween.
And he's looking to bring in Dr. June Ross Mitchell, and she's got a
He
child.
has this girl
who's
who's a lone survivor of
a satanic,
the satanic cult,
group.
right? The group that,
It was a brutal massacre. Took out the whole entire
Great
group.
movie.
She was the only.
and the demon was what was the demon's name?
Abraxa?
Abraxas.
Abraxas.
Yeah.
Abraxas. And supposedly she's got a demon in her.
She
and
got
she does
some
say
issues.
abracadabra
Yeah.
at one part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cousteau comes in, starts fucking with everybody right
Yeah.
after the monologue, right? So even the monologue was kind of cool because that took you back to '77. The Yankees had just won the World Series. Reggie
Yeah,
Jackson hits his
yeah.
three.
They did a
I
nice
was thinking
job. They
about
did a nice
calling him
job with the
Mr.
monologue.
October.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did
yeah.
a
They're
nice
talking
job
about
with
Nixon,
that.
so they're bringing back certain aspects of that time, which is
Yeah,
cool.
Which is cool. Yeah.
With the aesthetic.
Yeah.
But yeah, leading up to Cousteau, he's the psychic. He's fucking with people in the crowd. He's trying to,
I even like the
And
little
then
lowbrow. I forget the exact comment, but when Gus brings out the theremin and all that, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, and you play this without touching it." He's like, "Well, I sure wish you showed that kind of restraint over the weekend with like you couldn't get away with that today."
Yeah. But so anyway, I mean, then he lands on that, I guess, mother and daughter, right? That's sitting in
Yeah.
the front row, and
he's playing that guessing game. I think
Yeah.
it's this person, and I think it's,
Yeah.
and they're just way off.
Are they
yeah.
part of it though? Like, are they like?
Yes.
Was he legit? Like,
Well, prior
they
to
prepped.
that, when
Or was
the
that, like,
first
all,
guy
like-
where he makes multiple mistakes.
yeah.
Oh, and the
That's
way he
when-
was fucking with him.
Yeah,
that was
and that's when Jack Delroy makes the joke to the skeleton about his ribs, and the skeleton doesn't react.
Yeah.
And that's a common thing with the skeleton the entire movie.
Yeah. He was just fucking
There.
right?
But yeah, he goes to the mother and daughter, and to me, when they brought Carmichael Haig on, because it's slightly after that, like
The skeptic.
yeah.
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 When I first saw the movie, I didn't know to expect that guy, and he really bothered me. I was like, this is starting to get irritating. When I watched it again, I watched specifically for him, and I was like, okay. Like, I knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
but it hit differently.
Yeah.
And I actually appreciated the character more. Because the thing that happens later on, that, with Lily and all that, when we finally see that it's, like, real, that's when you finally get... Because we kind of know what's going on before the actual characters in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can tell, okay, because Hay goes to the family, the mom and the daughter, and asks, oh, there was a questionnaire outside, and this and that, kind of...
Did you talk to
Yeah.
anybody?
Yeah.
He's
Interview-
debunking everything. He's,
Yeah.
That's his
And
job. That's his.
There is one thing with Christou, though. The first time he gets the weird feeling, right after talking to the mother and daughter, when he's doing that,
Yeah.
when he starts having that little episode,
about Minnie, right?
yeah,
So that's his wife, right?
that's
So no, but you don't know.
because you didn't hear
At
Minnie
that
yet.
at that time,
We only heard her as Madeline up until that point.
Oh,
Right.
that's right. That's right.
When-
That's right.
There's a specific difference. I don't know if you guys caught it. When he's basically getting that from Minnie, he doesn't have his accent. He actually speaks almost normal. And that's a little subtle thing to kind of get you that
Yeah.
something else is really going on.
What
I
happened
missed
to
that.
him? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it looks like his eyes roll up.
Yeah,
Starts
that's cool.
coughing. He
And-
starts coughing.
And then you
on
get the little
set.
Easter egg to The Exorcist, right? You got a projectile vomit.
Black vomit.
Black vomit.
Great practical. Oh wait.
Yeah. And then, you know what was cool too was when he does, you know, they take him off and like when Jack is kind of talking and continuing with the show, he hears the ambulance.
Yeah.
In the background, there's that pause like, this is real.
Yeah.
You know, like you're wondering what he's thinking at that time.
Even when he first brought up, you know, was what? Why can't I? Is it Millie or
So it's Minnie.
Minnie?
Minnie.
Okay, yeah. But like when he first did it, and then they pan over to him, and you even see just that little twitch in Jack's face, like, I know that name.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the first time I didn't really pick up on it because you didn't, you know, I didn't think anything of it, and then later on when he admits, like, oh yeah, that was our secret pet name or whatever. But the second time around, I saw when they cut to him, like you just see him like, I'm not gonna say anything, and
And there's a couple shots too at that same part where they don't completely focus on his wedding ring, but like it's
You
almost
do
like his
see it.
hand to where it's purposely there to where the
Yeah.
light
It's still
shines
on.
on it. Yeah.
What'd you think about like when they do go to intermission and it goes to black and white and they show you the behind the scenes and all that? I like those scenes too because you had like Gus, like when shit starts to happen now, they're like telling
Gus
Jack,
is getting
listen,
freaked out.
Yeah, we need to stop this. This is, you know, we need to end this, right? And Jack's just
That's why you got
full steam ahead.
Carmichael the Conjurer there, right?
Yeah, he's so focused on finding out if it's working, if the stuff
Yeah.
that's happened, that's all he's focused
Yeah.
on.
And then we, I mean, let's touch on Carmichaal the Conjurer. I mean, let's you know,
He's there to debunk, right?
yeah,
That's-
and the hypnotism that he does, which I want your thoughts on it. Like, listen, this is where we're going to get into some of the practical effects, which are some cool scenes.
Well, there's
right?
a lot leading up to it until we get to that part too, because that's
Yes,
you know they go after Carmichael comes on and he starts talking about he's willing to give a check for I don't know,
oh, that's right.
it was
Right,
originally
for-
100,000, then he bumped it up to $500,000.
right. So
Which
then
70s money? Holy shit!
That's a lot. That's a lot.
that's a lot of cheese.
That's a lot.
And
of
that's
cheese.
funny too because like in the last year and a half, maybe a little more, I just heard about James Randi. And like somebody mentioned him to me and I started looking up his videos and all and I'm like, oh my God, this fucking guy's amazing. So as soon as Carmichael walked out, I was like, oh my God, this is just like the guy from the thing.
Yeah.
And also I remember like with Christou, like the yeah, like late 90s, early 2000s. I remember a lot of people talking about that John Edward and all that. Like, he actually speaks to the dead and it was just like I remember seeing like in my early internet days seeing like clips of him and all, and again as soon as this guy walks out I'm like, yep.
There was a lot of things that came out about him during those years with John Edwards. The same thing. There would be people outside going through talking and kind of almost pulling the info in.
Yeah.
So he
even
had
Steve
some-
Martin did a
Yeah.
thing on it.
Yeah.
Leap of faith.
Yep. But yeah, that it was like I said. I like the idea that they, you know, they didn't have people playing these real characters, but they got someone to play someone just like them.
So Christou.
Who the?
See this? We're talking about this movie and creepy fucking shit is going down already. What the fuck was that?
I don't.
Is that your phone?
I mean, I haven't touched it.
What the fuck was that?
I don't. Was that me?
All right, I think we're done this
I
episode.
had a couple missed
Yeah.
messages.
I don't know.
Interesting. Interesting. Dear listeners, maybe we should stop talking about this movie because crazy shit's going down in our little studio here. That was weird.
So
I'm not going to lie. That was...
yeah, some weird shit.
I'm going to take the role of Carmichael Haig here and call bullshit on that one.
Yeah. Debunk it. What the fuck was that?
It was
Siri's fucking cousin or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was getting ready to ask you guys, like, all right, who's doing what?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Christo, vomiting,
Yep.
spewing up all this black vomit. He gets carried off. They go behind the scenes. They cut the commercial. They go behind the scenes. They take him off. And in between that, and I think before Dr. June comes on and they show Lily's background with that satanic group, they get they go back to commercial and they find out that Christo died at the hospital.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Gus is freaking out. There's some people that are freaking out. Are like, he died, right? And it's kind of like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one thing with Jack, he specifically he doesn't want the crew to know.
Yeah.
He's afraid they're going to walk off.
So
Yeah.
when Gus
And
walked
basically-
up about it, he was like, wait, how did you know?
Yeah. Again, showing that he's just focused on the ratings, the show, himself.
That's what it's
Yeah,
that's
especially-
all about.
especially when they
he's got
said-
his main attraction coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they came back and told him, like, we're looking at like a 40 or 50 share, and he was, yeah!
Hey, edit this part that I'm gonna say. Edit this out. But that was fucking perfect.
But I didn't do it.
Theme alive. I know, but to keep that theme alive, right? To what the intro
We
is
might
gonna
not
make.
have to fake anything.
Just wait till we get later. It's going to get even better. Yeah, when Lily gets on the fucking screen, that's where...
So let me ask this about when Lily comes on, because creepy, right? I
Yeah.
thought she was creepy.
Her initial little strut out onto the stage,
Yeah.
though, all I kept thinking was, this one time at band camp?
Yeah.
she just
did,
had that free-flowing,
Yeah.
like...
but she had that creepy smile towards the camera. But when the possession does go down, right? When she, the whole that was some creepy shit. But first, with her. What did you think of, like, when she did get possessed? Just those scenes. What was it for you? Did you think it was... Because that took me out of it a little bit. The one, like, when she was full-blown possessed and talked... I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe I was expecting more.
Mr. Wriggles?
Yeah, when Mr. Wriggles first shows up. Maybe I was expecting more, but I was a tad bit disappointed at the initial... When Mr. Wriggles does first show up in Lily, I think I expected a little bit more.
I think part of it is because they're still trying to play on the aspect of we don't know if it's real yet. Now, us as the audience knows it's real. The characters in the movie do not.
Yeah, see, I
So
never questioned
they had
it.
to leave it somewhat subtle.
Yeah.
Because when you see the scene with Gus, and then we're showed that it was all in our head and all in their head, and then... that's why he says, he pushes, she was levitating. And it's like, this can be whatever. And when we see it on screen, that's when we that's when they realize it's real.
Maybe it's because me with possession and everything with I'm just
see,
I'm expecting
before they even got to that part, Lily, they went to a commercial break, and Lily's talking to Jack, and then she starts talking as Madeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes a comment.
Yeah.
And then he's just like...
Yeah, because he even mentioned, he's like, didn't that one time she kind of sound like her?
Yeah.
And it was, which of course I listened out for the
him
second.
to the back so they can go to commercial and he can get,
But even before that, the first commercial break after they came out, and I forget what the line was or something, but, she turned and she was just like, oh, don't you always find me beautiful? Or something like that. Just that little, it was like it was so fucking creepy.
So this is why I need to see this movie again.
Yeah.
I need to see this movie again.
I toyed with going to see it a third time in theater. I'm like, you know what? Let me just sit tight. I have Shudder.
Yeah.
I'll just fucking put it on loop for a weekend, and
I wasn't turned away from it. It was just...
See, I loved how they kept that more simple. I mean, definitely cliche, but I love the simplicity of
Yeah.
that scene.
That's how I took it.
Listen, you know me with possession, exorcism. I'm always going to compare things, right? I'm always going to look for certain things, and maybe it was just when the doctor is, when they're trying to pull Mr. Wriggles out, right, and when he does finally show up, and she's like just arching herself.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say that little bit of contorting there.
Contorting, and she's got the little, that one scene where she just like looks up with the hair and the way the eye. That was fucking creepy as hell. Right?
There's some ink there,
That was
Danny.
great. That was a great scene. But then when she's full blown, when she looked like this cracks in her face, that took me out a little bit. It looked, I don't know. It just maybe I think whenever I see something possession like that, I'm always going to compare it to obviously The Exorcist, and that's my own downfall.
Yeah, I just feel like they went intentionally like. Because a lot of these possession movies, they tend to go like over the top with the scarring on the face. Like, oh, well, how do we make it better than The Exorcist? We put more shit on her face. So I loved how,
Yeah.
I think it was also simplistic because it's setting up for later. Because later it just goes full fucking chaos.
Yeah, and I guess minimal scarring could, like when her head was down, she could have real quick put some shit on her face.
Yeah.
That could have been something.
What about the voice? Did you like the demon voice?
Yeah.
Like, did you like
I thought
the
it
mix?
was good.
I thought the
I
voice,
didn't mind
yes.
it just because I just assumed hearing that was what we heard.
Yeah.
But in studio, like we were hearing a mix of Lily's voice and
Mr. Wriggles.
What the fuck was his name? The Diablo fucking whatever, the cult leader guy
Oh yeah.
with the fucking cheesy goatee with the 70s King Lawler goatee there. But I just assumed it was like a mix between her voice and that voice. So not like, okay, here goes the other cliche fucking, pitch shifted, I just feel like we were hearing both, but like in studio, they were probably just hearing one or the other.
I thought the voice was good. It's just maybe I'm looking for more when I see possession. I'm looking. That's my own.
So she's when Mr. Wriggles comes out. So that's her alter ego.
Yes.
And she makes a comment that, like, she knows, like the demon inside of her knows Jack.
Yeah.
From amongst the trees or the tall trees or something. Like
Yeah.
she comes out and makes a comment.
Not to be
like
confused with In the Tall Grass.
No.
That's
shitty. Now it kind of piecemeals back to what they showed in the intro.
Yeah.
Leading up to
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Sorry, The Grove.
The Grove. It takes you back, so now it's like, okay, you kind of figure that out when they first show it. I mean, as a horror fan, you should know, like, okay, that's obviously going to lead to something if they're going to put that in there. So now it kind of hits on it directly.
And the other thing that hit me with Lily, again, like the second, because you saw how she was always like eyeing up, like even when they went to that first commercial break, she was like, "What camera should I look at now, Jack?" And he's like, "Well, we're in commercials, so it doesn't really matter." But the second time around, I was actually paying attention, and you saw her like she'd be staring at the camera, and then she would turn this way, and as soon as she's looking that way, that camera, like she was looking at the next camera just before it switched over. It was like
she was so
something
innocent.
about that made it so
Yes.
much more fucking unnerving.
Yeah, she looks so innocent, and then when she does those mannerisms and she gets all like, she's all cheery and giddy and like, this is fun, and it's like, no, I don't think we want to go down this path. And
She seemed like such a sweet girl, but yet there was still almost this robotic thing. Like there was something holding back her personality.
when they were doing the
I'm guessing
commercial,
it's the trauma.
the commercial break behind the scenes, Gus is in the back freaking out. He's like, "What's with up with all these straps and retention equipment?"
I see there's all these restraints backstage. No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. No, we're good. So that to me just it adds to, Jack's trying to talk to his producer about one thing, and just random shit just coming up out of nowhere, just to try to piecemeal it together.
Less creepy Danny Masterson.
Yeah. It was to me it was well done, but I agree with Joe. Like the change went to like 4K for something that they probably could have did at a cheaper price to do in producing. would have probably made it more aesthetic and
Needed some of
more-
that Skinamarink grain in there.
Yeah, it didn't take anything away from the movie for me, but why do it that way?
Yeah,
I love the difference from the black and white to the color. Why specifically use great picture when the rest of the show is not?
Sure.
Yeah, it was noticeable, but for some reason it didn't take me out of it. Because again, I think I was just focused on, okay, we have all right, we're behind the scenes, so we know nothing bad is going to happen on stage. Like, we get 3 minutes to just relax.
So let's talk about I Got Worms.
So after Lily goes through her possession scene, they go to commercial.
Oh, yeah, fucking Carmichael's like, all
Carmichael-
right, can I do this shit now? And he's like, yeah, you'll get your time. But first, a word from her.
and then the whole AI images, right? Like, that's the big fucking thing with this movie now. People are boycotting this movie because of 3
Fucking
images that, to me, it's like, just fucking get over it.
I didn't
right?
understand it when they were talking about the use of AI, and then I went on. I was looking up some stuff on YouTube.
Like, there's some people that are really, like, fucking upset about it.
And that's
like,
par for the course in 2024.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, listen, I get it. Yeah, you might be taken away from some artists, but, there's a lot of people that worked on this movie that did a pretty damn good job for the budget that they had. I mean, get the fuck over it already. I mean, yeah, it's 3 images. My God. People are fucking screaming like they fucking, they plagiarized fucking every fucking, I just didn't understand
All right,
it. But
you know what? First of all, I call bullshit on this whole AI movement in general. It's just an advanced version of Siri, Alexa, and it's just a super fucking Googling application. Until we have completely, I don't even want to say sentient, but something that doesn't, you get a programmer to set it up. After that, it's a completely free thinking. To me, that's AI.
yeah.
Like, so that they're saying, like, oh, it's creating all that. No, it's Googling shit, taking references. So, yeah, I do agree from an artist perspective that AI is stealing, because that's all it's fucking, sorry.
No, you're good.
That's all it's fucking capable of.
Preach, baby.
But you know what? The part that pisses me off even more, because, yeah, fuck AI, because it's not really AI right now. But even more so, fuck Hollywood and all that bullshit. You start putting out more shit that's not so cookie cutter and not removed of all fucking soul. How about we get somebody, like this movie, someone that actually had an idea that they were passionate about and fucking do it. When you got people like fucking Disney and all these Blumhouse now, that's this is one thing that fucking worked for us for like 3 movies. So now we're just gonna cut and paste and all that. You might as well be fucking AI.
Yeah.
Like,
Instead of a fucking bear,
when
let's
I-
make it a fucking
Drop the
underwater
fucking mic.
creature.
Yeah,
Drop
when
the mic right here.
Like, seriously though, that pissed me when I heard that there was a controversy about that. Like I said, first of all, it's not really AI. And what are you sorry that they're going to write the same goddamn scripts that you're all doing anyway?
Yeah.
How about if you do something more human, more original that an AI can't fucking do?
Yeah. No, listen, I agree. I listen to these YouTube videos.
I was really hoping
and
the
these,
topic wasn't going to come up.
these I had to bring it up because everybody everybody's so
Yeah,
fucking
fuck
butthurt
Skinamarink,
over
too.
it. Everybody's so butthurt.
Skinamarink, and I'm sorry, I'm not even saying this in a trolling way. Skinamarink had more fucking soul than half the shit coming out in Hollywood.
Oh,
now.
yeah, because it's fucking original. It's an idea. It's different. It's experimental. It's
for
not
most
the same
people,
rehash
it was
bullshit.
for most people, it was a swing and a miss. But still, he fucking went for the fences.
Yeah.
He gave it a shot, tried something different. No AI was going to come up with that.
Exactly.
No, watch your face.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, even like people that cover horror, they're so like fucking like like
bent over backwards.
I mean,
I didn't understand
stop.
that. I
Give
was
me
just
a
like,
fucking
come on.
break.
Yeah,
Like,
it
get
is-
over it already.
And
Jesus.
what's considered to be AI now, yes, that's stealing shit. Like when I heard about all the SAG fucking strikes and all that shit and all, like, to me, like, fuck them both. Like I said, again, I agree. I agree with the quote unquote artist saying like, oh, well, it's stealing because that's all it's capable of. Like I've seen videos and all, like people like fucking with AI where it was just like they would ask questions and all, and if it was something remotely controversial, it'd be like, oh well, I am not qualified to. You're artificial intelligence. You're not supposed to have an opinion. Give us fucking facts of whatever you're Googling in there. But you know, for them to have limits and shit like that, no. Unless we get fucking, you know, Terminators and shit, I'll even settle for fucking Joshua in fucking War Games was more AI than any of this bullshit we have. Like I said, it's just an advanced automated Googler. That's all it is. So yeah, it is stealing from the fucking artists. But again, the people they're stealing from, especially again in the Hollywood system, they ain't no fucking better. They're more robotic than the fucking AI.
Okay, then.
I need another one of those guys.
Yeah. I'm glad I brought that up. I wanted it because it is a topic, and it's a shame that people are boycotting this movie and pissing all over it because of 3 fucking images.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, where everyone's losing their shit over it, and they're saying, yeah, I know, hypocritical. But apparently, like last year when it was doing the festival circuit, you know, they said it was like across the board. It was getting 100%. Everywhere. And then when this came out, like immediately dropped to like 80%. And it was like, well, first of all, before this was a controversial topic, like that, this is when, as soon as these image creating, you know, AIs came out, like everybody was fucking with that shit. So they were just like, oh, well, maybe we'll try making up some images on this. It wasn't until much like, because what was it, like in the past year that it became a controversy?
Yeah.
So... Yeah. You know, they did it at a time where it wasn't a big deal, when everybody was doing it.
All right, let's get back to Worms.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the hallucination scene now, right? So Carmichael.
The hypnotism scene.
They're not hallucination. The hypnotism, yes. Thank
Carmichael
you for the
takes Gus
and sits
puts
down.
him in the chair.
Right? Yep.
Hypnotizes him.
Yeah. He tells him that he's seeing worms, that there's worms.
He has a fear. He's
got a fear of worms. He's pulling worms out his neck.
I was going to say, what did they call it, though?
Stomach up.
Because I could have sworn he said you got agoraphobia, and I was like, okay, that's an odd thing to bring up. And then he starts talking about worms, and I'm like,
is that the phobia for worms?
I thought that was the, you know, I don't leave the house.
Yeah, that's what agoraphobia. That's what I thought. Like when you don't leave the house. I don't know if that's a.
But maybe
fear
I just
of worm infestation.
Misheard.
But basically, they see this, right, and I guess the whole audience, does he have everybody hypnotized?
Yeah, because he did
do that spinning thing, right?
Yeah,
and
he did tell the audience, like, I want you all to pay attention, and he even held it up to the camera.
But then when they rewind it back, there's nothing there. Now that's the difference of when they rewind back the Lily segments.
Yep,
that shit is there,
and I think that's part of why they do the scars on her face. Because that's one of the easiest things to see.
Yeah.
When they're rolling back the tape.
I just think I want everybody to look like fucking Reagan. That's my problem. I'm just so enamored with one
they pulled
look
off,
of a possession.
You know what? They pulled off a good Trick or Treat Studios version of Reagan.
Yeah, there you go.
Just look at it that way. Maybe they just mislabeled. Maybe it was meant to be the Lily mask, and they didn't want to do any spoilers yet.
But listen, Lily was creepy. She was. We'll get to the end because I have a lot of questions.
We need to get to the end. Because I that's what I want to talk about. And you have the movie come full circle, and I want to get everyone's opinion on.
So let's jump into it. I mean, listen, the worm scene was great, right? That was a cool scene. That was very.
The worm was that the worm popping out of his eye at that point?
Yeah, almost had the isopods coming out.
I was going to say the neck part I think fucked with me the most.
Yeah,
it was just like, I cut myself shaving, and all of a sudden, that. Even more than the stomach rip. Like that neck was the one that really got me in that scene.
I might have started dozing for like a minute or two around that time frame. So I still have to go back for those.
So the hypnotism worked.
Like, are you still recording? I'm like, yes.
The initial watch as the movie was going, up until we get to those parts with the worms and Lily and all that, I did feel like the movie was dragging.
Slow roll.
It was very slow. Similar to Immaculate, which I saw the night before. And that was what I wanted to talk about kind of with this movie. I felt they kind of had parallel lines. very slow, ironing out the story, then craziness at the end. But when I finished Immaculate and I got out of the theater, I did not have the same feeling that I had with this movie. And like I said, I got to my car for this one and I sat there for a while because...
Like the brother in Hereditary.
Yeah, the whole ending.
Only it was you lost your head.
I need to better understand the ending, so I'm really hoping that you guys can kind of... I want your thoughts on...
Yeah, so I guess...
Same shit happened the second time.
Because I have a lot of questions about the ending.
So as they go on the hypnotism part, then Jack goes into... You see everything kind of him going back, right? Leading up to this and having an interaction with his late wife, right? And then this is kind of when everything is kind of going down in there with Lily.
What is going
becomes
down?
Possessed again, and she basically takes out everybody that Gus, Dr. June, Carmichael.
Another Easter egg of the spinning of the head, right?
Yeah,
The twisting
the twisting of the head, the rip in half, right? Was it a rip in half of Carmichael? I can't I didn't see it again.
Oh no, he got
reminded me of
toasted.
Palmer.
Oh, he got
from The
toasted.
Thing.
That was it. Okay.
She reminded me of Palmer from because the head splits,
Yeah.
right? And then
The CGI was kind of crazy. on it.
yeah, that took me out a little bit. And then you got all these fucking laser beams and fucking.
It was
See,
fucking
I like
Captain
that though.
Marvel
That
shit.
had a very 70s effects feel.
Like the Manitou.
But Joe,
Remember that movie?
but
You
Joe
ever see that
T.
movie?
Leading up
The
to
Manitou. You ever see that movie?
that,
So to me, I'm going to try to explain the way I took this movie.
Yes, please.
So I feel like early on, he made a deal originally. We don't know exactly what the deal was. I think he made the first one, which spiked his ratings early, put him up to 2 behind Carson. And that's ultimately what triggered his wife getting cancer.
So his wife dying was the first pact that he made.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And I feel like...
But it was. It seemed like it wasn't. Like he wasn't like, oh yeah, I'll trade in my wife for fame. and
No,
all.
it wasn't
Like,
anything like that. He
It was
had
one of
to-
those time to pay the piper, and
Yeah.
oh shit, yeah.
This is what they decided
Yeah,
to take.
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily his choice. There were
Did he
sacrifices
know
along...
when she was dying that this was
I
the...
think so, because he takes time off. It says he was in a dark place.
And was
and
it
then-
like a month?
Yeah,
But is
he
he
and
in
went
a
then-
away
dark
for like
place
a month.
because his wife died, or is he in a dark place because he feels that it was a trade-off? He knows what he did. He knows what he agreed to.
I think that's part of it, because
I
he
fe-
even brings his dying wife on the show, and it gets a ratings boost. Like, as you see him going along, you see how shitty of a person this guy really is. And, like, that's all he's focused on. I feel like that's exactly what every commercial break is about. Like, yeah, when we hear the sirens, it looks like he kind of gives a shit. But he really doesn't.
Yeah, he's all
Because
about
every
the
commercial
rating,
break
yeah.
is
I think
the
it's more
ratings
the
is-
panic of like, oh shit, am I like? Is there a lawsuit in this?
Yeah, and ultimately, he does, in the end, get his ultimate goal.
Did all this shit really happen?
Yes.
Did Lily do that damage? Was that her?
I still believe yes.
Yeah.
So that was the one thing I thought.
I believe that played out
Was that like...
as
was
we
she-
saw it.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
when they went back to him, that was my first thought. I was like,
I thought he did it.
I was like, was it him that caused all the shit that happened, and it really wasn't Lily?
Only because
That's what I
you,
was thinking,
you
yeah.
still
That's-
saw they
Alright,
went out
alright.
the same way. Like Gus's head was still 180.
Yeah.
Fucking Carmichael was still
You're talking about
charred.
the end scene now when they show Jack there and they show
Yeah.
the remnants of everything that was. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, like right before Dan Chalice came out.
And the
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
the lead up to everything is showing all the shit he went through the years. And what he made, the one girl is like a cave girl and whatever. He had his dying wife on there. All this crazy shit, all the different gimmicks he did throughout the years to try to become number one. And ultimately, the last thing he had to do to get his ultimate goal was he basically had to kill Lily. And
So he did kill. He
killed her, yeah. It's disguised initially because he sees his wife. And I think that's what the demon inside of her was able to do. And
Was Jack possessed
No.
at any point?
Again, for that ending thing, I feel like, I don't know about actual possession, but maybe through Lily, he at least hallucinated all of that, and then got to the point where with his wife in bed, and yeah, I don't know if he was actually possessed, or like I said, maybe it was just a demonic induced hallucination of him going through all this, and maybe almost like the end of a Saw movie, like he was having that moment of, oh shit, and just thinking back to all these key moments in life and in his career, and it was like, oh fuck, like I caused all this.
Yeah.
It was like him.
And
so it was either him having like flashbacks, or like I said, maybe
basically in the end, he caused his wife's death, his basically sidekick's death, and he killed a young girl on live TV.
She did say, like, everybody was going to know him after this.
It was basically, he finally got his wish, but it was at the cost of everything.
And then you hear the sirens, right? So the cops are on their way.
Yeah.
Because...
So he's done.
Yeah. It's like, was it really worth it? It took all that to finally get your ultimate goal, but what do you have left?
Was the audience even still there to see any of this?
The audience flees from the studio.
Yeah.
See, that's the other thing I'm drawing a blank on. Like, I remember there was the one point where they showed him...
I guarantee you the skeleton was still there.
Standing there looking out at the crowd, but there was no crowd there. But I'm trying to think if that was before or after... Like, if that was just one of his visions, or if that's where he ended up.
Yeah, I think my first feeling about it, I was like, was that did Jack cause all the chaos, and this is the shit that happened, or how he interpreted it, but then this is what really happened, is he's the one that caused all this chaos, taking out everybody. Was that like, because they kind of, when they kind of went over the intro about Jack and his history, like, was he faithful as well, and then led to, you know, his wife dying, and then I was like, oh, when they went to the end part where they were kind of like, where he was hypnotized, and they kept on showing the spiral effect and everything, going round and round, it was like, she now she got even, right? So yeah, at that cost, getting even.
I did like too with the misses there, like even from the beginning with Christo, like something like, all right, you're married, you're both like drop dead in love, and then one of them goes bye and all, and you think like when they return, like it's going to be like, oh, there's going to be little signs, little cutesy little things and all that, but it was like any time they implied that she was around, she didn't seem happy. Like, I mean, obviously you saw what happened, and like, somebody accept now, like, and it was like, but anytime you saw her image or whatever, like those little subliminal shots, like, yeah, she didn't look happy in any of that. It was like she wanted to give him some shit, and he just kept blowing it off.
I don't know if it's my eyes, but I could have sworn that chain moved behind you when you were talking. Just saying.
Joe, we switched seats.
It could have been my eyes, but that was or the way you were moving.
Dude, I'm still fucked up about the phone. Like,
imagine if the cameras were rolling.
Some shit's going down here. I don't.
Maybe it was a good thing that it stopped.
That was freaky. All right. So
now watch this. I'll go home, and there's going to be footage on there. I don't have any SIM cards or anything.
Fuck.
But I'm going to go home, turn it on, and it's just going to automatically start playing.
This is a little creepy.
Just as long as there ain't that fucking clown down here.
So before we rate the movie, what does anyone think the skeleton was about?
The skeleton, I think, was there. This is just my opinion. I think the skeleton was there because part of, you know, that cult or whatever it was, this was all set in motion to happen this night, and the skeleton was there to oversee it, to make sure that everything goes down the way it needs to go down tonight to complete the
because that
ritual
when
pact.
He's going through and looking at all that stuff from the past, you do see the skeleton with the people in like the red robes,
Yeah.
which kind of shows
Yeah,
that
when
Yeah.
David
that's a
came
part of
in
it.
and was like, "Drink with us, Michael."
Yeah, that skeleton was definitely a part of it, and I think it was just there to monitor the situation. That's just my 2 cents. It was creepy too because it just
Yeah.
kind of.
Or maybe he was just pissed off over the ribbing.
It wasn't like an audience guest.
No.
You could definitely tell.
It was a plant. It was definitely planted. Someone planted there. You want to rate it?
Absolutely.
I think the more we talked about it now, I got a better understanding of it.
Well, I need to go
think
back.
I actually like it a little bit more.
I have to go back and watch it
have
again
to
on
definitely
Shudder.
look at it. Yeah.
So,
yeah. You guys.
I didn't
watched
have an
it twice.
opportunity.
You're not
going to
pay to go
for a
see it
second
again?
time.
Nah,
But-
it's a couple of weeks. Is it even still in the movies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's doing really well.
Good for. I mean, listen. It's again. It's another original. You know.
Everybody keeps on bringing up Ghostwatch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I said it. I said it. You know, that was the first thing that I said in my 9-minute. You know, the second I come home, Ghostwatch, a little WNUF Halloween, just a little bit, but Ghostwatch.
We want Danny to watch Ghostwatch.
Ghostwatch was a live event, right? BBC. It was a live event.
And from what I heard, that was actual like BBC like
Oh,
broadcasters.
Dude, Ghostwatch fucked people up.
Yeah.
That was like War of the Worlds shit.
Oh yeah, I did watch
yeah.
it rewatch it a few weeks
'cause
ago.
When that shit happened, like they used to set. Think about if you watch every day Channel 7 News and you
And
see
Jim
the
Gardner.
same people every day, and the same telephone number that you could call in and ask questions in the news. Now you see this Halloween event where they're going to do this. You know, I don't know if it's like a seance or whatever it is, right? And they have these people and they're at this haunted house, right? And they're televising it and they're, you know, trying to debunk what's going on. It's almost like a little Conjuring vibe too, right? And shit just starts going down, and people are watching this, and people that if they didn't see the beginning of the movie where it basically says it. They're watching it and thinking this is fucking real because they're watching it. So people are calling in panic.
And that was
Just
an
fucking-
actual
and that was an actual-
famous house.
Yeah, it was actual famous house. The telephone number was to the news station. So people were losing their shit, calling in and saying, "What the fuck is going on?" Like that. It was a joke. They caught a lot of shit for that too. People were angry when they found out what they were doing, but it was the perfect setup for it. I mean, it was. Ghostwatch is great. If you get a chance to watch Ghostwatch, I mean, I think it's on Shudder or Tubi, one of them.
Yeah, I think it was like
Mr. Pipes. Mr. Pipes.
I think it was the build up to like waiting for this to be
Pipes,
released.
Mr. Wriggles.
That was like
yeah.
because I already knew enough that it was going to be very similar to Ghostwatch.
Yeah, this is very similar to Ghostwatch.
So I was like, you know what, I got to go back and watch that
Yeah,
again.
Ghostwatch
So that
was great. I
that was
loved
like my buffer
Yeah.
to tie me over until this came out in
The
theaters.
Glory Hole. We
the
think Glory
glorious-
Hole's one thing. They talk about, what was the Glory Hole that she kept saying? Because every time the mother talks about the Glory Hole, I was fucking laughing my ass off. What was it?
It wasn't very glorious.
No, I don't know if it was like the I don't know if it was like the little like closet or whatever the hell she was talking about. But
Yeah, it was like right there, like in the hall there.
in the hall where eventually the newscaster gets stuck in there. And she gets locked in there. Yeah, so Ghostwatch, yeah, good movie. Let's rate it. You want me to go first?
Absolutely.
I liked it. I didn't. I may like it after a second viewing. Now that I've learned more about it and I can really pay attention to things. This was another one where I think I went in with very, very high expectations. Because again, this movie was being talked about, right? Constantly. And everybody was like putting it on a pedestal.
Yeah, people
and-
got to slow it down doing stuff like, because the same thing happened with Smile
Yes,
and a lot of
yes.
movies, and it messes with
it's fucking with me. It's fucking with me
the
when I
same
get.
way. Oh, people
Yeah.
are throwing up in the theater
Yeah.
and all this other
So,
crazy shit.
It's like go in there thinking, "Oh my god, I'm about to get destroyed here." Watch it, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was an original type movie. I thought it had, that fucking chain. That's but I would say, for me, this was I bounced back between a 6.5, 7. That's where I'm at with this movie. I don't think it was the best thing since sliced bread. I think it was very good, and I may increase that when I see it again, because I left there with a lot of questions. I didn't know what I just watched. I got out of there and I was like, I wanted to turn right back around and go watch it again, because I just didn't understand where it was trying to go, and the ending fucked me up a little bit. But yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. It was, kudos to the Australian filmmakers that are doing shit out there. I mean, think of some of the Talk to Me, right? Babadook, this,
The Matrix.
The Babadook's not in there.
But it was okay. It was original. It was different, right? And then you had the Reef.
I'm overdue to watch that
I hate
again.
the
too.
Babadook.
You had the Reef. I don't know if you ever saw the Reef.
No, that was decent. Babadook
which was Reef was one of the better shark attack movies, right? Wolf Creek, right? So
that was solid.
Kudos to the Australian group out there. They're
That
doing a
kid
good
from
job.
the Babadook is like fucking absolutely
Oh,
terrible.
I wanted to fucking destroy him. But listen, Late Night with the Devil, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I'll probably like it more after I see it 2 or 3 times, so I could really pay attention to things. Because I missed a lot of those subliminal images. I didn't catch all that. The NEC.
Yeah, it's funny. Like once you know what happens,
Yeah.
it's fun to go back. Like I said, even as subtle as like just nothing out of the ordinary is going on, but you could look at his face and you could just see him reacting. You could almost tell what he's thinking.
I'll enjoy this when it's on Shudder and I could stop it. I could rewind it. I can really pay attention to things. Then I think I'm gonna like this movie a little bit better.
Just
But it was
pause it.
good. It was a good movie. It was
Just pause it enough to see your dead wife standing behind you.
It'll be one of my better movies. So far it was one of the better movies in 2024. It'll be there at the end of the year.
There's a lot more to come.
A lot more to come. There's a lot of good
I was
shit
going to
comes
say
this year.
right at this point,
At this moment, it's
call a best of 2024, that's kind of a default position.
Yeah. Agreed.
What do you think, Danny?
I mean, I give it a 2 because the whole AI factor. Yeah, just
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to have me going on that. There's some things I'll be
Honestly,
going
he
for.
had me until he said
No,
AI.
yeah.
I was like, I could see him saying it too.
No, I would
I
not
can't
do
even
that.
picture him saying
I mean,
that.
that's not even Skinnamarink territory.
No, because he
No,
did,
that was
he
worse.
did go as far as like with the missus did say like, well, it wasn't as bad as Skinnamarink, so it was like right there I knew it was above a 2.
and when we first got out of there, Dave and I and my wife were walking out, and she's like, "Oh no, you're not allowed to talk." And he's like, "All I'm going to say is Skinnamarink was better." He's trolling, right? And
No, she actually brought that up.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I will say that it was better than Skinnamarink, and I'm like, well, coming from you, that's not a really high bar, but
So we get in the car, and it's already like 10:30 at night. It's late on a weeknight. And I'm like, how did you interpret the ending? And she kind of tells me how, I guess you guys had seen it, and I gave her my thoughts. And she goes, oh, I didn't think of it that way, but I guess so. It's you interpret it, any which way, how you feel about it. So,
any which way but loose.
any which way but loose.
Right, Clyde.
David Dasmachian,
Great in this movie.
he did phenomenal.
Great. So glad that he had a leading role too.
Very, very, he did a great job.
I had no idea Dark Knight was his first movie role.
Yeah. He was Polka Dots and Suicide Squad.
There's just something about him.
He's a great actor.
I feel like he's
Ant-Man?
been doing this for
Ant-Man, yeah.
like 30 Baba Yabba. Like I just feel like he's been doing this 30-40 years. And to hear that he really just started doing films like in the last, 15 to 20, like it just feels short.
Yeah.
He nailed this role, and I thought he did great. I also thought the rest of the actors in this movie and actresses, they were great. They were on point for their roles. I kind of feel the same way. I think I was about a 6.5. Now that I've listened to your input from everybody here, I need to watch it again, and I knew I needed to watch it again.
Me too.
because I have to get that. There was so much going on, and it was a lot for me to take in.
Yeah.
That, right, the little things I was looking to pick up on, and I didn't even notice it. Now I want to go back and be like, shit, you're right. Because you always, that second time around, you always feel like, okay, now I get it a little bit better. Now I understand it. But overall, I enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm pretty sure it'll be on at least the top 5 list towards the end of the year is how I feel, based off of what I've seen. Based off of what I've seen previously through other years, that this one kept me interested. It's definitely a rewatch for me. But I'm going to say about a 6.5, 7. But I think after I watch it again, I probably lean more towards 7. That I did really enjoy it, but I still have to see things for myself to really get full closure to how I felt about the ending.
It could be an every year annual Halloween type of movie that you throw on, and it just fits the vibe. Right?
It's just basic and simple enough that it is a, even if you don't want to sit down and watch it, it's an easy background.
Yeah. What do you got, Joe?
Joe T.
So I'm back and forth between an 8.5 and a 9.
Wow. Okay.
So to me, the ending I thought was phenomenal. I'm not saying it's on the level of Saw's ending, but when it flashes to him and you realize he killed Lily, I think that is what left me speechless leaving the theater. And when I sat there and thought about it, I was like, that's the perfect way to end this movie. Because the whole thing was he just wanted so bad to be number one. And basically gave up every single thing in his life. Everything. Yeah. He truly made a deal with the devil to the point that his life is over. So he got that one little happiness for a little bit of time and lost everything.
Yeah. Actually, that's the thing too. I don't even he didn't even get the happiness. No. He got the number one. There's no way in hell he didn't have the top ratings for that show.
But then he's over.
But he's not going to get to enjoy it.
As soon as I got out of the theater, I wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
I didn't go back and watch it till the following week. And I joked with you guys with saying about, it's research purposes and all that. I really think this has great rewatchability as well.
Yeah.
It's an easy watch. It's a simple concept. When I saw it the first time, I didn't like Carmichael's character whatsoever. And in the second watch, I truly went back and watched it just for him. And that was... I looked at that character in a totally different way. And he specifically made everything in this movie is all little things, either to progress the story, to give you foreshadowing. To me, there's so many things in this movie, and it all ties together perfectly at the end. Whereas, Signs was a movie I saw many years ago. I am one of the ones that like M. Night Shyamalan. And I fell asleep. I think I told this story with 30 minutes to go in the movie. And I finally got around to watching it a couple days later, and I thought the ending ruined the movie. I thought the ending to this movie put it way over the top and just tied a perfect bow on... To me, I'm looking forward to so many movies the rest of this year, but I feel like this one was very good.
This will be a top movie. This will be in the top 5 for sure. You guys kind of... Can I change my... No. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay with 6.5 to 7. I lean more towards 7, but I think
he's one of those one timers. So
yeah,
give him time.
Fuck you.
And also when I talked about with Lily looking into the camera, we talked about the scene from The Ring.
I could be swayed.
And other scenes throughout our history in the genre. That's literally just a girl in a dress looking at the camera.
Yeah.
And I felt something in that moment.
She nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, and his performance as Jack Delroy was truly phenomenal.
Yeah, I like I said, I need to see this movie again. I will definitely come with a different opinion once I've been able to really watch this movie a couple of more times. And watch it knowing all the things I'm learning about it. Through this discussion, through spoiler videos that I'm watching on it, I'm picking up all these little things that, frankly, I just missed.
And one more small thing before you go. I think that first watch also, knowing how much it was hyped prior,
that hurt me.
Well, I think it did in the early part of the movie when it was a really slow burn. And in my head, I'm thinking, what the fuck were these people thinking?
Yeah.
But as the movie progresses and you think back to the small little things that were said or the little things that happened, and then to me that ending was great. Yeah. It was very good.
That hurt me, and I didn't connect all those dots, and the fact that I didn't truly understand the ending never catapulted it for me. Whereas you sounded like you kind of, it clicked for you the second time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd say a minimum of 2 watches to start taking it in.
Yeah, I couldn't take it in.
Because the first time
you said it perfectly, Dan. Right? It was so much going on. Right? It was just hard to digest everything. But go ahead, Dave.
I was actually a little surprised. That was, as far as opinions go, that's the one thing I mentioned to Danny when we were parting ways at the theater. I was like, I know right now John loved this fucking movie. Because...
You're surprised at my rating?
A little, yeah. I really thought you were going to be higher. One of the things that... Because I heard one review before seeing it at all. And it was a non-spoiler thing. And one of the biggest things I heard from this guy was he said, first 2 acts, very slow burn. Which I guess that lowered my expectations going in to see it. As I'm watching it, like I said, they nailed the whole feel of it all. Again, I was just immersed enough that it was like, I'm watching a late night show. Now, I know I'm watching one where I know something bad's going to happen by the end, but I was just in for the ride. The main thing I thought, other than, like I said earlier, when you saw Chris do there, like, and I'm like, all we need is Michael Ironside coming out of there. Yeah. And I said, boom, perfect Scanners reference. But going through the whole thing, kind of like what we were talking about, comparing Exorcist and Believer, where it was like, okay, girls go missing, they show up, and it was like, boom, now they're possessed, everything's evil, and it's all chaotic, where we were saying part of what made The Exorcist work.
The slow burn.
Where it was...
The build-up.
Yeah, that it was just like, you knew something was going on, but they just introduced little incremental little things throughout, and then all hell breaks loose. So for that alone, that's kind of what I took away from this. Like, from the beginning, shit was going down. As soon as the show started, things were getting a little fucked up, but it was like they were just doing a little bit here, a little bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it was as much of a slow burn that a lot of people seem to say, because it's like right in the beginning, from when he went in there, it was like, okay, everyone's mocking the guy, but then something at least seemingly real happens. And then little things like the theremin starts acting up. And, you know, you got a few light flickers and all that during it. So it wasn't like overtly like all this shit's going down. But like I said, I was just immersed in this show. And it's like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. But they did give you a little something throughout. So I see why everyone was saying how slow it was. But I just really thought, just in my mind, I'm not comparing, saying they're both on the same level, but I felt the pacing was very reminiscent of The Exorcist. And on that alone, I had a feeling you were going to love it for that.
I think I'm going to love this movie more when I see it again.
Yeah.
I can't, you know, the first, like I said, it's...
And I also thought, again, like...
I loved a lot of things about it.
And then, yeah, the whole thing at the end, when he starts screaming at the camera, I'm like, fucking Chalice. Like right there, he's just like, what was it? Like, shut it off. Yeah. Like screaming at the people at home, because even he knew, like, okay, this is not good.
What's your grade?
The other thing I really liked about all right, so shit hits the fan, and then you see Jack creeping towards the door, and then, what was it, the producer or whoever went and grabbed him and pulled him through the door and all. Right there, I thought that was the perfect ending to it. When I saw they started continuing it, I'm like, don't do this, and doing all the flashbacks. And I hated that they were doing that, but on the other hand, it had a very Lynchian feel about it. So I was like, all right, I'm kind of enjoying this. And then when I saw the reasoning for them doing that and the fact that, because I almost felt like, is this like a fake out ending? And now they're going to do this for another 20 minutes. I didn't realize how far into the movie it was. So the fact that they kept it within like 5 minutes and there was a payoff to that scene, I never thought I'd see the day that me and Joe are on the same page.
Wow.
Right now, and again, as soon as it comes out on Shudder, I'm probably going to watch it at least twice that weekend. Right now, I'm looking at a solid 8.5, and I can only see it going up from here.
Okay.
So it was just, and again, they didn't do anything overly groundbreaking. They took a very basic idea, a possession, it's just another possession movie, but again, they just did it just well enough. I love the idea of bringing the skeptic in, so it even has you questioning the whole time, like, is this really happening? Is it not? I just found it to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like I said,
even with the AI.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the AI?
That shit doesn't bother me.
Oh, sir, I don't like it.
But I think I can definitely climb the ladder on my grade a little bit. But I need to see it again. I need to,
See, the internet even says so.
Yeah.
And the internet don't lie.
Yeah.
Oh, one other thing too that I forget if it was earlier today or yesterday, I heard mention that one of the producers for this movie was also a producer on Lake Mungo. And I feel like in hindsight that makes a lot of sense because of those little, like we were saying, like, you get little glitches of the wife that you don't necessarily pick up on the first time. Like, it had those little haunting little things.
Lake Mungo was dread. It was just like fucking, like, it was just dread throughout that entire movie.
Yeah.
Which kind of, it was a slow burn, but it was just like, this was more, it was fun. It was upbeat. It was, it was comedic references in it. But
yeah, and I think I even heard someone mention like, oh, it was too much of a comedy, and it was like,
no.
You have to take it as you're watching the Tonight Show or a Tonight Show wannabe. Yes, there's going to be jokes made, but it was all in the context of watching this show.
I didn't take it as a comedy at all.
No. Listen,
I did hear one reference like that, and I'm like, are you fucking shitting me?
Kudos to the those brothers. It was an original movie. It was
enough.
Something that you really haven't seen. You've seen a little bit in Ghostwatch, but it was put together well. I think for me, like I said, me with possession, with my what I believe every possession movie should be and should feel, and I went into this thinking it hurt that my expectations were so fucking high, and then the fact that I didn't truly understand what I was watching, had a great time with the movie, that hurt me in the overall score.
To me, there was no jump scares. Like when they show his wife in the mirror. No,
you didn't
when they show his wife in the mirror in the one commercial break, it's just
that,
there.
Man. I didn't see any of that.
There wasn't over gore. I mean, the worm. There was a little bit of stuff.
Worms were great.
To me, the biggest spoiler is in the title. It's literally called Late Night with the Devil. Jack Delroy is the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's the main villain.
Yeah, see, I never even took it that way.
Like, when you look back, in the beginning, when they show that real life stuff, they do show serial killers, they show bad people. And then it flashes to him the first time, and he's like smiling.
He sold his
happy
soul and others' souls for his fame.
And
that's the basis of the.
It's him. It's literally fire on his head. That's him.
That is a great poster too.
Yeah.
Shit, I might have to get that ink on me.
There you go. It's almost got a Scanners vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Now, listen, I enjoyed this movie, but I need to absolutely see it again. One time cannot do this movie justice.
Yeah. And I'm not even, like, knocking you guys for having, like, what I feel to be a low rating and all. It's
No, I feel like
You didn't. Neither one of you hated it.
No, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I came out of it like wanting to talk to someone about it. More so because I didn't know what I was watching.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I just didn't grasp all of this all the pieces are coming together now, and now I want to run to the fucking theater right now and watch it again.
And a second watch will give you more pieces.
Yeah, the second watch
but
I'll
it's
go in
far
knowing
from.
everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll definitely, I could easily, climb 2 points in my overall grade when I watch it another 2 or 3. Because when it comes out that weekend, I will watch it 2 or 3 times that weekend.
I'll be in Florida, and I already told
Barb, I'll be in the theater.
Yeah.
Stay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out when it comes on Shudder and watch it consecutive days in a row just to kind of. But overall, it was good, man. It's going to be on my top.
Yeah. And it wasn't a scary movie, but it kept you uneasy.
There was really nothing scary about it.
Yeah, I think that was my message to Kevin because I messaged him about heading to go see it. And when he's like, "How was it?" I was just like, yeah,
Two-eyed Kevin.
Two-eyed Kevin.
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, it's definitely a rewatch. Like,
yeah.
Need to watch it." Again.
I envy you guys for seeing it twice. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to see it again, and then just as time was going on, it's like, I really should do this before we record.
Who knows? Fuck it, man. Maybe
when
I'll
I got
just
out
go.
of the theater, and I said it, I know I said it to some of you guys. I had the
Support
same
the movie.
opinion when I got out of it the first time. When I watched it the second time, truly, I mean, I did see small little things, but my opinion didn't change. There was just something, and that's why, literally, when I was in my car, I'm like, I know, like, you were literally going into the theater, I think, to see it at that point. I'm like, if we're not reviewing this anytime soon, this is kind of demonic. I could do this at my kid's house.
Your head's gonna catch fire.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the weird thing. Like, how long has it been since any of us have seen a movie that? Yeah, I think we all agree that we walked out of the theater wanting to just 180, go back and see it again.
Yeah.
And not only that, now, all right, granted, we kind of fucked ourselves with, all right, we're going to make a pact not to discuss this until the mics are on. But it was like that we were all just aching to talk about it.
Yeah.
and
It's been a while since a movie had that
it definitely impacts
effect
you.
on all four
Yeah,
of
it
us
definitely
like that.
impacts
yeah,
you.
this
It's-
was one because I'm used to in sports and many different things looking too far into something and like picking it apart. And that's why I enjoyed this movie, I think, so much, because I looked at so many small things. I did it once before with Happy Death Day, to the point when I knew a second one was coming out. I got myself so hyped that I truly like loved the original movie. Somehow it was Blumhouse, but to the point I thought it was like a 9.
They still had a little left in them at
And
the
I
time.
was like, oh my god, like I can't wait for the sequel. There's so many ways they can go with it. And then when it came to the sequel, it was this generic fucking time machine bullshit, and I was like, oh, so the first one was just silly.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was like this great like, nah, it was just silly. But this movie, I don't know, I can't talk enough about this movie.
Yeah. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. I wish I didn't have high expectations going in.
Yeah,
I
you
think
out of
that-
all people would have had high expectations for a movie like this.
Yeah.
I think mine would have
It
been
hurt me.
higher if it wasn't for, like I said, that one review where it was like, it was really slow burn the first 2 acts, and too much of a slow burn does pull me out of a movie and all that. But like I said, in the context of you're
Said the
watching
guy,
a show,
the guy that would watch Bad Ben.
dude, don't.
Real quick, I know this can go and make a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. I also look at this movie the same way people talk about Hollywood. The Illuminati, the way Hollywood is with selling your soul, doing anything you can to be famous, money.
Yeah.
Not that I think this essentially has it, but it does.
Yeah. It
I-
touches
I-
on it.
symbol-
It touches on it.
I
Absolutely.
don't know if it's speculation or if the brothers outright said it, but I have heard references to, oh, this is a satire on fame and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
like-
Yeah.
But like I said, whether people, people are just looking at it and being like, "That's what I took away from it," or if that was part of the goal. But
Yeah,
either way,
it was definitely a good movie, and for everybody out there, support this movie because these are the kind of movies you got to support.
Yeah.
These are the original movies that you know, it's not the run-of-the-mill Blumhouse bullshit, fucking imaginary bear, fucking all this other bullshit that comes.
Yeah.
These are the good movies.
Or the creature that lives in the fucking pool filter or whatever.
Yeah.
Like swim.
Fuck, yeah. There's probably another one or two fucking Blumhouse shit shows coming up.
I'm looking forward to seeing this again.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing this
I can't wait to
again.
watch
this
it
is
again.
definitely a
I think this
rewatch.
is really
and
awesome
this is
that we're
gonna-
all kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a perfect movie, but again, it's just well enough done. Like,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see in
Actually-
about 6 to 8 months when we cover the year in review.
Oh, there's a lot of good movies that are.
Oh, no,
that are-
there's tons.
There's-
But I mean,
yeah.
just in general
2024
to
is going to be
see
a good year.
Very
your
good.
guys' opinion on this movie, even though we'll talk about
Yeah,
it prior to
it
that,
will
probably.
be in my top 5. I don't think there's anything.
I agree,
gonna
that's
come
what I
out.
thought.
It's going to be in my top 5 for sure.
I would say, you know what, to be fair, if I gotta talk about a negative in this, because I think right when we walked in, you were saying like, oh yeah, it's only like an hour 35 or something like that. And I was like, all right, cool. They're like keeping, and it's like, there's no way this could be good because it's like 10 minutes shorter than Skinamarink. But then I realized the actual movie's only like an hour 20 because the first half hour of the fucking movie was all the production fucking.
Oh God, that fucking.
it
How
was-
many people? How many production companies?
Nine
fucking,
companies
Fuck.
for
I
a
was
$2
sitting
million
there, it's like-
movie.
Yeah, I think I said I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
Again, just like in Skinamarink, when it was wrapping up, and I felt you quivering with laughter and or fear, like it was the same thing. Like they start, okay, Shudder. All right, now this company, now this company.
It was never
now this
ending.
company, and I could tell Dan picked up on it too. I'm like looking out of the corner of my eye. I'm like,
It's like fucking trailers before every
But if
fucking
you- if
movie.
you
I
about
think
it, though,
those
with
title
this-
cards were longer than the 5 fucking
Yeah.
trailers before.
This movie is supposed to be us watching a late night TV show. Those normally run between an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
Like,
it was
it was
well done.
watching one of
Kudos,
those shows in
kudos
real
to that.
time.
It was well done.
Yeah,
It was well done. All right, gentlemen. We ran late tonight, and some freaky shit
This might be the
happened.
first time I ever rated a movie higher than the three of you guys.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to say 8.5, 9, but yeah, I didn't want to pander too hard, so I'm just like, you know what? It's definitely an 8.5, but I'm pretty sure after another watch or two, I'm going to go up from there.
Well, you guys had 8.5. We leaned more towards 7. We were 6.5, 7, leaning more towards 7. I think I'll get there. I need to see it again. I need to now that I talked about it and I got your perspectives from it and I understand them, because I didn't understand it when I came out. I was just wasn't grasping it.
Yeah, I did, the first time around, especially, I didn't really get.
I didn't get the ending.
Again, what that last 5 minutes was, but again, being like a David Lynch fan, I'm like, I'm enjoying the visuals of this. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I am enjoying this, and especially knowing that it was, like I said, another 5 minutes, because I thought they were going to go off on a whole other like arc after that.
And then for me, Possession, you know what I think, right? You know where I go with Possession. So you know, the scenes where she was possessed and she was, you know, contorting and everything, like that was like, all right, here we go, right? And then it's like, you know, laser beams coming out of a head that's split. So I think that lost me a little bit there, but I enjoyed it. Overall, it was good.
Yeah.
That was a minute and a half of chaos.
Yeah, and then it was just like utterly like chaos going on, and it was hard to grasp.
With
And
laser beams.
laser beams, sharp
Frickin'
laser beams. Guys, this was fun.
Yeah,
From
man.
This was
fucking
great.
Jersey.
Danny
Yes.
C, you know, I don't know if
April
the house
19th.
is haunted down here. I don't know what's going
Shudder.
on. but
Better not be.
Watch this
Good-
fucking movie.
Good luck.
You moved the headstones.
You moved the headstones, didn't you?
Why? Why?
You only moved.
This was like Skinamarink, but if you took out every single thing from that movie and put in a way better movie.
Yeah. Well, listen, everybody out there,
Go see
this movie,
Absolutely.
man. Support this movie. These are the type of movies that we want to see, that we want to put our hard-earned money down for when it comes out on Shudder. Just
And if you're
enjoy
going to
it.
be that whiny about a little, again, quote unquote AI,
Then fuck off.
Yeah.
like they're
Stop with
fucking
that shit,
pictures.
man. Stop with that fucking shit. They're on for 2 seconds. Give me a break. Stay creepy.
We out.
We
Peace
out.
out.
Love
We
you.
out. Dan, make sure everything's okay tonight here.
to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast, where we use the number 4 to save you time. Check out our entire catalog at excellentdayforapodcast.com. Also on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Have a question? Email us at excellentdayforapodcast@gmail.com.
But guys, I want to interact on social media.
Excellent.
See what we did there?
Follow us on Twitter at excellentday4a. Otherwise, search for What an Excellent Day for a Podcast to get our Facebook page, our group page, Instagram, YouTube, and our newly launched Twitch channel. Come say hello, share them all,